Man, I am rusty. I cannot even do an intro for this video because I haven't filmed a video in quite a few weeks. And so I'm very rusty and I keep stopping, starting, don't know what to say, don't know what to do with my hands. It's like I'm new here, like I haven't been doing this for 10 years. Thanks to this awkward intro, we'll get into the video, which is the best of the things that I purchased on Amazon this past year. Look, it's no secret. I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, all right? I'm always on the hunt and testing and trying new things because I figure, why should you waste your money? I'll waste mine and I'll buy the things and sometimes return the things or sometimes keep the things and let you know what's good. So this video is like sort of the creme de la creme, the best of the best. I've literally tried probably hundreds of products and I'm not going to be talking about that many products in this video. As always, I'll break this video up in sections for you. You can find everything in lists on my Amazon storefront as well. I would also just like to invite you, should you like to join me over on Facebook, okay? Facebook is having a bit of a resurgence, at least among my age group. If you're younger, you're like, no, it's not. But if you're like 40 plus, you're probably like, I love Facebook, okay? I have a love-hate relationship with all social media, but I am doing a lot more over on Facebook and I'm gonna be doing some lives coming up. I would love to have you join me over there and come hang out with me on lives. It feels much more like smaller, I hate to say like intimate, because that's really not the vibe, but more personal and more just like hang out. It's not quite as big of a space for me anyways as YouTube and things like that. So all of that said, I know y'all know I just cannot do without the long-winded intro. So I'm so sorry, but let's go. Here we go. We're starting with home things. I'm just sharing like real life mom of 8 children living on a hobby farm kind of things that work for us and that we love. I feel it's important that you understand at least a little bit of my life conditions because I do think that colors a lot of the decisions that we make, the things that matter to us, the things that are important to us. With that said, the first thing on my best of list for the home category is the basically sofa cover, dog bed, couch cover thing. Kind of a thicker material, kind of that minky material on top. You can get it in a bunch of different colors. The lengths of the sofa, you can get different sizes. It's comfortable. It's easy to put in the washer and dryer, like super easy. I'm very impressed with it. I love it. So if you've got children that are scuzzing up your sofas or pets that, you know, you were like, I'm not gonna let my dog on the couch, and then all your dogs are on the couch, you will probably really love this too. The next thing I want to mention are my bamboo cotton sheets. I have tried many expensive sheets and they're, of course, the like super fancy, nice, expensive ones are really nice and fancy. These bamboo cotton sheets from Amazon, I was so pleasantly surprised by these. Also pleasantly surprised, by the way, by the $18 king set of sheets I got on Amazon during Black Friday deals. Holy smokes, y'all. Now, I really like the bamboo ones because they get that like super soft the more you wash them. Call me crazy, but they kind of feel like they have almost a cooling effect. And if you're in the menopause phase and you're doing the night sweat thing, or maybe just pregnant or whatever, night sweats, the kind of cooling effect of these sheets is wonderful. Next that tops my list is my rolling laundry cart. I always kind of measure things by like, how long does this last in my house? Because with 10 people, all of the animals, and you know, I do my best to like train my children to use things properly and not be rough on them and stuff, but things happen, okay? My kids are just hard on stuff sometimes and it frustrates me. We're always working on that, right? Like, please do not destroy our home is like a game that we play every day. Anything that can stand up in my house for a longer period of time is like, all right, you're good, okay? You're a good product. And that's what this rolling laundry basket is. Here's why I like it, because it's the kind of material, the outside looks like cloth, the inside has that like wipeable, you know what I'm talking about, like a picnic table cover type material, a little on the inside, very wipeable, washable. It snaps on. The frame of it is heavy duty. It's got like the handle that sticks out a little bit so you can, you know, push it all around. Can put quite a bit in it. It has a divider in the middle. It does have pockets on the outside as well. It's really, really sturdy and has not fallen apart, has not been torn apart. Sometimes you have what my mother has always referred to as toxic laundry. That's where you're cleaning up after a pet mess, a vomit mess, a something of the like mess. That's the toxic laundry, and it's nice to have the sections. And even when you put toxic laundry in there, you can still like clean it and it's fine. I feel like the ones I see at TJ Maxx, Marshalls and stuff are the cloth on inside and outside. And it's so easy for that to like stain, get yucky. You know, I used to call these like the Angie Awards on my channel. Funny enough, people don't search for that on YouTube. So it's not a great thing to call your video. Just know that that's what it is on the inside. So in my head, I'm like, and you get an award, and you get an award to all of these little products, like the recipient of the Angie Award. Okay. Of course, I can't not mention the boho throw blanket, which I've shared many times. I think it's amazing. My kids are obsessed with ours. We have 2 different ones. They're constantly taking them and snuggling them. They're very easy to wash and dry. They have major Anthropologie vibes. It does look like a blanket that you might have perhaps purchased at Anthropologie. And there are many prints and colorways to choose from. Almost all of the blankets, I believe, are double-sided. So you've got, one like a darker print and colorway on one side, a little lighter on the other, or some variation thereof. Like I said, we've washed and dried ours a ton. They've really held up. They look lovely just draped over your sofa. And of course, they're colorful and bold prints, which are things that I love and am almost always looking for in blankets, home decor, and other things. They're just unique, fun. I love colorful things. The boho throw blanket definitely receives a top Angie Award. The next thing is something that I've not actually talked about on any of my YouTube videos before, probably because it's like in my bathroom next to my sink, and when I'm going through my sort of mental Rolodex of products that I want to share with you guys, I kind of just tend to forget about it. Our bathrooms here in our older home, most of them, except for one, have pedestal sinks, which, as you probably could see, do not have any storage at all. So we have no built-in storage in our bathroom at all. No cabinets, nada, nothing. So we have some IKEA bookshelves in there. At some point, we will renovate that bathroom. This is like a 3-tier storage basket stand thingy, and it's where I keep all of my hair tools. So my hair dryer, my air wrap, my flat iron, my curling iron, all those things. It really just like is one of those things that just like, it does the job, man. And I could see so many places where you could use this, so many different types of storage things, like ways you could use this for storage. And it's, aesthetic, right? It's the sort of seagrass basket and white wood. It looks nice. It doesn't look like a plastic bin, so it's both practical and functional, but also nice to look at. So I should have probably mentioned this with the sheets, but the quilt that we have on our bed, again, we own a very similar quilt from a much more expensive bedding brand. And when I saw this one on Amazon, I was like, I will give you a try. I think that you're lying. I'm always skeptical of dupes or inspired by kind of products, because I do feel like I get let down quite a bit with those things. My husband can't even tell the difference. I can tell the difference. I know which one's which, mostly because there's like a slight difference in density and a slight difference in color. I can tell the difference. My husband cannot tell the difference between the expensive quilt and the Amazon quilt. So we have them both. We rotate them when we're washing. It takes away that panic of like, I'm going to wash my bedding today, and then it doesn't make it all the way through the wash cycle, and then you're sleeping on your bare mattress with a weird blanket. There's some things that I was going to include on this list, but I feel like it's so almost like unique to me that it would be like, y'all would be like, what the heck? I'm not buying that. Why would you even share that with us? So I'll just like cruise on by my 15-quart commercial stand mixer that I got for my birthday, for my 40th birthday this year. She is a beast and I love her. Okay, if you saw the size of the whisk is the size of my head. The dough hook looks like one of those fisherman hooks from I Know What You Did Last Summer, crazy. The attachments that do the work are big. Okay, big. But that's because it's a 15-quart mixer. And let me tell you, I can cream some butter in there. I can make like 5 cakes at once. It's awesome. I really love it. So if you do, I wouldn't even say that you don't need this unless you're cooking for a massive amount of people. I would just say like, if you like to bake and do things a lot, you've just got a lot of options with this. It's not aesthetic. It's not going to look cute on your counter. I got a silver rolling like kitchen cart like they have in restaurants that mine goes on so I can slide it around. I love mine. So I just should mention that, though it's probably not something that anybody else would want to buy. I just feel like it needs to know that I love it, and I included it in the Angie Awards. Now, this is kind of a tiny thing, but not everything that's like the best of the best has to be some big expensive thing, right? One of the things that just brings me a little joy every time I see them all around my house are these little like flameless candle night lights. So it looks like a vintage, you know, like the candle, taper candle on the little plate, you know, and the little hook. My brain is just not, I know there's a name for this. I can't remember, but you know, like Ebenezer Scrooge walking through his house. It looks like that, except the back end is a plug and you plug it into the wall. And then it just looks like this kind of vintage candle. That is a night light. We have them in our bathrooms, one in the kitchen. So if somebody's coming in for water in the middle of the night or going to go pee, they can see and not, you know, fall all over themselves or pee all over themselves. So I love them. They're just that little touch of something that just makes me happy, okay? Speaking of a little touch of something that makes me happy, these picture frames, they're great, okay? They're what I'm gonna share with you is the picture frames. The pictures inside them are the things that make me happy. They're weird, wild, and wonderful and weird, like all the things that I like. They're from Etsy. They're probably not everybody's cup of tea. I have them in my guest bathroom downstairs. I love that when people come over, they go to that guest bathroom and they might even be tricked into thinking that we're mostly normal until they get back to that guest bathroom and see those pictures on the wall. But the Kate and Laurel picture frames, it's a set of 3. They come matted. It's such a great quality for the price. It feels like you got like fancy framing done. Notice that a lot of like interior design influencers and things like that share about these frames. So it's not just, you know, old Angie over here being like, I love it, it's nice. And people are like, that's trash. People that are more trusted in this category than I am, let's say, who recommend these, okay? Which then also brings me to the remote picture light. Love this thing, y'all, because you don't have to wire it, you just charge it. And the way that it attaches to the wall, it slides on and off easily. Because I know people have asked me that, like, well, how do I charge it? Am I supposed to like bring a cable up to it when it's, no, it just has like a flat thing that it slides onto, like a plate, so that you can easily slide it on and off when it needs to be charged. But there's various like light intensities, brighter or dimmer, etc. But you just charge it on up and then hang it on the wall. You don't have to worry about wiring. And those are my favorite kind of lights for the middle of the wall because, well, when I want it up now. And I also don't want to pay to hire an electrician. And I will do many things DIY. Electrical work is not one of them. All right, so those are the kind of top 10 for me in home things. It's very hard, by the way, for me to narrow this down because I really could probably keep going for 10 or 20 more things that I feel like, oh, but this is also so good. You would love this. It's totally worth the money, but I'm gonna stop at 10 and we're gonna move on to the fashion items that are in my top 10. The first one is my Sarin yoga pants. These are high-rise, wide leg, a thinner material. Again, I could sleep in them if I wanted to. They're that comfortable, but I also don't mind wearing them out. I really love the super high waist on them. I size up in them. Just be aware of that depending on how you want them to fit. I get very like claustrophobic when things are, especially something like wide leg yoga pants is like too tight. So I do size up in them, but I love that they're long enough. I have them in 3 colors now, I believe. I love them so much, okay? Enough said. The second thing that I want to give, I should have actually put this first. These, by the way, the 10 things are not in any order, just the order I wrote them down in, is the chiffon wide leg flowy pants. I know it's January, but I know also that a lot of people take like tropical vacations and stuff in January, February, March to get away from the cold. These pants, or if you live in the South where sometimes it's still 60 degrees, these pants would be fine on those days. They are lightweight, flowy, probably the most comfortable pair of pants I've ever worn. Again, I have these in, I think I only have these actually in 2 colors. These pants are just constantly going in and out of stock is what I'm trying to say. Y'all love these too. I would love to do, maybe I should do that. I don't know, is that too much? I was thinking about maybe doing a video of the best sellers, like the things that y'all bought. So obviously I share a lot of things and sometimes I on the other end, y'all are like, yeah, no, girl, that's not for me. No, thank you. And other things, it's like, sell it out kind of a thing. So it might be fun to see like what others of y'all on the other side of this camera like are buying and loving of the things that I've shared. So maybe we'll do that as well this month. These chiffon wide leg pants are awesome. And especially because they're kind of off season right now, being that they are so lightweight. I noticed that the last time I looked, they were almost fully in stock in all the different colors. They've got like 10 or 12 colors to choose from. So love these pants. They're by the Ododos, I think is how you say it. I should probably learn how to say it because I share about their stuff all the time. They make some of my favorite, not some of, but my favorite athleisure and comfy wear from Amazon. It's all like very inspired by Dubish for Skims and Lululemon things. The material is almost indistinguishable for a fraction of the price. So just mentioning that. And this one might seem a little like out of left field because I typically share like very comfy, casual type things. This is both comfy and somewhat casual, but I talked about it this summer. It's from The Drop, which is one of Amazon's like in-house brands, but it's a black cami, like a black camisole that's like lace trimmed at the top. Why I love it so much, and I'm including it in my top 10, is because number one, it makes a fantastic layering piece, especially if you're wanting to kind of balance the masculine, feminine look, like maybe you want to wear a blazer, but then you can have this more feminine top underneath. The main reason why I like it is because of the fit of it. It is a cami, but the way that the lace part comes, like all the way up to here, down, nothing's hanging out. Armpits, side boob, all hidden, okay? And it's the most coverage of any like camisole type that I've ever worn. There's no cleavage, nothing's popping out the top either. It like the lace part comes up high. So you still get that kind of like, ooh, very ladylike, a little bit of sexy, but not like actual boob. So if you're one of those people like myself who typically shies away from a lot of like cleavage or things like that, that it kind of just covers everything, but it's still a cami. So it's like that fun flirty, but not, watch your language, Angie, I was gonna say something bad. My impulsiveness is not well under control right now. So I have to stop myself as quickly as I can. It's just fun and flirty without being too much the other direction, you know? It's always tempting when I'm doing these kind of videos talking about fashion things to share the things of this season, like fall, winter, because those are like the most recent things that I'm wearing and pulling for, but that wouldn't be true to like looking at the year as a whole and my favorites. So that brings me to my favorite summer straw hat. I love a good straw hat in the summer. I love to wear them like on vacation and doing things, but also I wear them almost not every day, but a lot of days here when I'm working in the garden, out on the farm and stuff, trying to protect that skin too much from the sun. You know, we don't want to age like leather, age like milk. The reason I love this hat, number one, it fits my big old noodle. And number two, it's got the strap with the little pulley thing so that you can tighten it and keep it on. That's why I love it so much. So like when I went to Mexico last year and I had my straw hat, we were on like a boat or something that was an open top thing, like one of those water taxis that's open at the top. And the wind is blowing like crazy. People's hats are flying and stuff. And my hat was just chilling like a villain. You know, it was just hanging out there on my head, having no trouble at all because I have this strap. And even when I'm like laying out by the pool or in the water, you know, a gust of wind comes and it blows that hat right off your head. And then you're like naked mole rat with your nasty hair underneath. And you're like, oh God, I hope people don't see me. Or you lose your hat. So I love the hat with the strap. And this one has just been one of my favorites, super affordable. And it definitely makes the list. All right, next that brings me to my favorite pairs of Levi's denim. I love Levi's. I've loved Levi's for years. So I'm kind of glad that all the influencers are getting on board with how great Levi's are. I really love the rib cage denim. So I have the cropped, like straight version. They're super stretchy. I size up in those. I'll put all the sizing details down below because those are very important. Levi's is not straight sizing across the board. Some pants I got to size up in, some I size down in. Very dependent on the type, which might be why people get frustrated and give up. They're like, I'll just go buy something from Abercrombie or whatever. But I really love these like cropped ones. They are super high rise. And both these pairs I'm sharing with you, okay, I hate saying stuff like this. And this is what makes like social media stuff so cringy, you know, it's like I want to share and talk about these things on Instagram or Reels and stuff, but the way that people share about them, I just am like, oh, I'm like uncomfortable doing that. But also woman to woman, if we were girlfriends sitting down for coffee, I'd be like, girl, these jeans will make your butt look so good. But it's like, you know, my former pastor and my dad and his friends that I like, there's a lot of people that follow me on my Instagram that I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not comfortable. So why on earth would I say that to like the whole wide world? But it is the truth. That's, I think, why a lot of women love these and why they've gone viral, if you will, is because they make the derriere look good, all right? And listen, when some young like 00 is like, they make my butt look so good, take that with a grain of salt, right? Because I'm pretty sure that your butt looks good and everything, okay? But for us moms, whose butts are sliding down the back of our thighs, and we're doing the best to keep them from looking like flat pancakes all the time, wide pancakes, whatever the issue is, all right? I am under no delusions. But what I will say is that these jeans make it a little better, all right? And it's all about the placement of the seams on the back, pocket placement. To be fair, I'm just gonna say this, okay? And I hope to goodness y'all will just hear me and not be offended by this, but they gotta kind of like go up your crack, just like a little bit, not a ton, but like a little bit, okay? That's part of just what makes that whole back area look a little bit, more lifted, a little more youthful. They make your booty look good, all right? So the cropped ones that are the straighter ones, but also the high rise rib cage. The rib cage are their highest rise. I want to say it is a 10 or 11 inch rise. And listen, don't listen to these young TikTokers who are like, it's low rise our back. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do you know the percentage of the population that can actually wear low-rise jeans and not look like a busted can of biscuits? About 0.01, okay? For the rest of us, it ain't gonna happen. Well, I mean, listen, you wear whatever you want, but if you're like, will these look good on me? Probably not, because they don't look good on almost anyone. High-rise jeans just happen to work on many different body types. Low-rise jeans work on maybe one body type, okay? The high-rise jeans, though, look good on almost all body types because of what they do to bring the eye in, narrow the waist, get to that smallest part of your waist and kind of give you that shape. So I love the super high-rise jeans. I digress. I'm gonna get off my soapbox about that so that I can just tell you that I love these jeans. In the description box, I will write down for you the sizing information, which ones you need to size up or true to size or size down on, and the color, like what is the color listed as so that you know you're getting the correct ones. Coming off my soapbox about the jeans. Never promised this video would be short, but I did give you timestamps. All right, the next thing is this chunkier cardigan. I was really surprised by this, okay? Again, this is all about things that I'm like pleasantly surprised by. I think it's something to do with the coloring of it, so maybe I won't feel that way with other colors, but with this kind of oatmeal, heathered oatmeal color, it just looks so like luxurious, it looks fancy, it looks nice, expensive, just is very, very lovely, okay? Now, what I will say, doesn't have pockets. So if you need pockets, then you're not going to find them here. It is a great like throw on when you get out of bed, just over your pajamas, wear to the airport, over something comfy underneath, and higher end looking, okay? Try to make these descriptions less verbose. Probably won't happen. Okay, the next thing I want to mention is, again, something that I think I might have shared in a vlog on my vlog channel, but I hadn't talked about on this channel, is this sweater that is a Free People inspired sweater. And what's funny is I did not know that when I bought it. I just liked it. And then I actually got it in 2 colors because I thought, okay, I'll see which one. I was kind of in the midst of like really digging more into like my color season, etc. And so I was like, let me just see if I can wear this white and black one. Well, they came and I put them on and I was like, dang. They're so comfortable that I'm like, I don't care if it's my color season or not. I'm keeping this. Again, if I were to like put this on over a t-shirt and boxer shorts or something and fall asleep in it, would be no skin off my nose. It's that comfortable. It's one of those, I call them like my house sweaters that I love to just put on when I'm got a little chill. I want to feel a little cozy. I've got the kind of black and white one and the tan orange one. And I love them both. They wash well. And then I was on, I think, Nordstrom's website looking at Free People stuff, and I saw the orange one like as a Free People sweater. And I was like, oh. So here's what I will say. It is technically on the like, Free People inspired by. I have never seen or touched or worn the Free People one. So I can't tell you if it's a good inspired by of that one. I don't know what that one feels like. But I will say that based on how much I love this one, that if that one is like heads above better, then it would probably be worth it to just buy the Free People one. But I I doubt that it is. I actually think this is probably one of the few inspired by dupe things that is actually really worth it. So one of my absolute faves. All right, so within fashion, we also have handbags. I have been singing the praises of this tote on Amazon for, I don't know, 2 years now, a year and a half maybe. I started with the tan one and I ordered it because I'm like, oh, it's a big like tote, kind of has like the shape of the like Louis Vuitton Neverfull with like long straps and stuff, just kind of that big oversized tote shape. But it was at the time, you know, prices fluctuate on Amazon, but at the time I want to say it was like $25. I ordered the tan color and I was like, man, I love this. Like I was genuinely shocked at how like soft and supple. Of course, it's vegan leather, faux leather, just not real leather. And I was kind of annoyed because it's got one of the orange boxes. You know, the Amazon listings will say, you know, it's a frequently returned item. And I was kind of annoyed because I'm like, why? People are going to think when I'm recommending this that like, oh, she's recommending it as garbage. I'm like, no, I don't know why people are returning. My only guess can be that it's way bigger than people expected. Because the other thing you have to remember, or I have to remember, not you, like I am bigger than the average woman, right? The average woman is what, 5'4", 5'5", and I'm 5'8", which is not, I'm not gargantuan, but I can carry a bigger bag and it doesn't feel like I'm toting a body bag behind me, you know? And for some, like if you're like 5'2" and you picked up this bag, you would be like, my whole self could fit in this bag. What am I going to do with this? So maybe that's why. But the tan one has been a love of mine for a while. And this year, given all the craze over like the burgundy and chocolate and stuff, which I love the burgundy. Hello. I got the burgundy one and I love it. It's so practical. I fill it with crap. I mean, it's like Mary Poppins bag, but there's nothing good inside. There's no lamps. It's just gum wrappers and receipts. I love it. I use it to haul stuff back and forth between my cabin and the house. You know, I mean, I really could just fit about anything in there. And it's crazy affordable. Amazon jewelry, again, I could make a whole video about all of the Amazon jewelry that I own and love. So narrowing it down is a bit of a challenge. But I will say, like the sort of top of the list, I shared a number of these things in my designer inspired video, are the inspired by like David Yurman style bracelets. I love these. I have, I think, 3 of them and I just wear them all the time. I don't know that I've shared about these on YouTube yet, but this is a package, very affordable, of these gold bangles, and you can choose the size. They have, I think, 3 different sizes. Love them bangles. The other jewelry thing that I love is my necklace layering like clip thing. So you can get them in 2 or 3, maybe even 4, I don't recall, but it's magnetized at the back and then it's got the necklace clip. So if you want to layer necklaces like this, you can clip them to that. And then it kind of makes it all one, right? And it magnetizes strongly, not going to fall off your neck, to be able to have those layered necklaces without having a bunch of necklaces that you're clipping on individually where they get all tangled up in the back and the necklaces all mess up. Like it holds them in place and keeps them in the layer. This actually, this little initial necklace with the A, comes with this one as well that's got like a little bit of the gold beads around. It's just a double layer with the little initial. And this one, I don't think I've shared about that one either, but it's one of my favorites I wear all the time, as well as this like little dangly cross. These are newer to me, but I love them and wear them all the time. Those are a few of my favorite jewelry pieces that I think are good quality from Amazon that I wear constantly. Now, technically the shoes probably should have been included in the fashion and I should have narrowed it down more, but I'm not gonna. I only have a few pairs of shoes to share with you, but they're so good that I just cannot skip them. I told you guys that I was a skeptic for the mesh flats, the mesh ballet flats. I was like, what's the point? That's weird. Until I bought them and started wearing them. And I'm like, man, I love them. They're so comfortable. I have 3 pairs. And so long as it's not freezing outside, I reach for them constantly because they can be dressed up or dressed down. They're just so comfortable. Okay, so I have this tan pair that is a wider gauge net. I don't know what the word is, but the holes are a little bit bigger and they're kind of inspired by for a much more expensive designer shoe. And they're so comfortable. I love them so much. I also recently added, Amazon has been, you know, they recommend things for you. They've been recommending these flats to me for a couple of months. And I've been like, no, I don't need. And then finally they got me when I had a little bit of Christmas gift card money. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get them. They're leopard print mesh, but not like bold in your face. Okay. They're worth it. They're worth the money. They're some of my very favorites. I will probably be wearing those a lot as well in the spring, summer, because they're just a fun pop. Leopard's a neutral, so you can wear them with basically anything. And the other shoe from Amazon that I cannot not mention, well, there's two of them. I wish I could mention my Cushion Air sneakers, the navy and suede ones. I shared about those in a video, y'all, and I'm like, before the end of the day that video went up, they were sold out. And the other colors were like double the price. I don't know what's going on with that, because when I shared them, they were $24.99. They are so comfortable. I love them so much. So maybe put like a watch on those, and I'll let you guys know. I check on them every now and again to see if more sizes are back in stock and if the price is back to $24.99. That's not what I was going to talk about, because they're almost always sold out. The other pair of shoes that I wanted to mention are the driving loafers. So these, again, are amongst the most comfortable shoes that I own. They are sort of inspired by for the Rothy's. They're that kind of like knit material. Again, things that I think initially like, oh no, that's kind of weird. I'm not gonna like that. And then I get them and I'm like, man, these are so comfortable. I have them in two colors, a hot pink, which I don't wear all that often. I probably should have gone with a different color. I love the hot pink for when I want to wear something like a hot pink shoe, but I'll tell you, that ain't often. I would get much more wear if the other pair that I owned were like, let's say a tan. I have the navy-ish, right? Because they're kind of like multicolored. I wear them all the time, all the time. They're so comfortable, okay? Squishy, comfortable. My arches feel fine in them. I love them. You might want to like strangle me right now, but I think I want to do a separate video for beauty products that are my favorite from Amazon, because I want to do it only the budget, like budget friendly, very affordable. I sat and spent some time this morning digging through my makeup desk and pulling out all of my favorite like drugstore or affordable beauty brands, some of the lower price point things that are under $10. I mean, max would be $15. And I was surprised. I'm like, man, I've heard like some of my many of my very favorite things from more affordable brands and stuff. So in order for me to do justice and like actually show you those products, because I'd like to like apply them and show them to you so you can see and not just hold up a lip liner and be like, this lip liner, you'll like it, buy it. I would like to actually show you them so that you can. Something very large just flew over my office. I don't know if y'all saw that, like the shadow that just went over my head, but I couldn't see what it was, but I hope it wasn't a hawk after one of my chickens. Don't make me come out there with my BB gun. You're not allowed to shoot hawks, okay? I don't shoot them, I just scare them. Anyways, I think I'm gonna do that in a separate video, but I do have, before I forget, the kind of other category. So this is just the other miscellaneous category, if you will, okay? The first thing in the miscellaneous category is my neon green AirPods case holder. I do love neon yellow and green. Don't love neon any other color but this one. It's a weird quirk of mine, I guess. I don't know where it started, where it came from, why it's here, but every once in a while, I'll buy like a neon yellow sweatshirt or something. The ADHD hits harder the longer this video goes on. Accidentally did myself such a huge favor because it's so hard to lose these. I don't lose them in the bottom of my purse, in the bottom of my big bags. If I set them somewhere in the car or in the house, I can find these so easily, and so can my kids. If I'm like, hey, anybody see mommy's headphones or whatever? Somebody will be like, oh yeah, I know. They'll see where I left it on whatever side quest I went on that day when I was supposed to be cleaning something and side quested off somewhere else and left my headphones. So it makes them very easy to find. All right. I don't want to lose the freaking $200 headphones, you know? Sounds random, but the Active pet laundry detergent. So Active is just one of my very favorite like cleaning brands on Amazon. I've tried so many of their products. I love their ice machine cleaner, the espresso machine cleaner, the washing machine cleaner, dishwasher cleaner. They just released a new kids stain remover, like a stain treatment for kids that is excellent. I also recently ordered their pet odor and stain remover, which is excellent. We have 2 new puppies in the house, and so, you know, puppies sometimes have accidents. But their pet laundry detergent is one of my favorite items for washing our pet bedding, the blankets and things that our animals use and sleep on, but also those like sofa cover things we were talking about earlier, to get the pet smell out of them. Okay, it doesn't, I mean, young, old, big, small, dogs leave a dog smell on things. And so it's really nice to be able to wash that out easily. It just works really well. It's not a giant bag, but you don't use a lot of it. The scoop in there is like tiny, I mean, probably less than a tablespoon. And you can use 1 or 2 scoops depending on, you know, how heavily soiled the things are. But that's what I always use to wash all of those, like the sofa covers and things like that. Anything that's got the animal stank on it, I use that laundry detergent and I love it. I'm gonna stop there. Like I said, I'm going to do a separate video for beauty stuff. And then I'm working on a very fun and something I think will help you a lot if you are like me and you like to do the New Year's clean out and organize and declutter of things. I've really spent the last like 6 months testing and trying and figuring out what closet organization things are actually worth it. What are the things that will make your wardrobe more functional so that you can see and access things? So I've really been like fine tuning that. So I'm going to have a video coming up all about like closet decluttering and organizing of your clothing, jewelry, you know, sunglasses, like all of your accessories and clothing. Because I feel like we've all seen the multi-pants hangers and stuff. Like, I need to know, what am I supposed to do with all this accessory crap? Well, first of all, get rid of the stuff that you think is crap. And then the stuff that you love, keep that, and I'll help you organize it. All right, so much more fun content to come this month. I'm very excited. I love the freshness, the newness of a new year. I know not everybody does. I don't really do a ton of like resolutions or anything like that. I have a video coming up where I'm going to talk to you about exactly how I'm handling that this year, the things that I am ditching, I'm leaving behind in 2024, what I am going to be doing in 2025. I think you will find it to be a fun and encouraging video with some ideas for you that maybe you haven't thought of before, because I know I hadn't. So lots of good things to come. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.